Hey everyone, Niki Thurber here. We are at the hospital doing an extra bonus episode because it's taking a little bit longer for Dad to get home than we expected. So enjoy this one. It's a little bit long, but it's got a lot of good information in it. So have fun.
Welcome to Surprise, yet another bonus episode of the mildly amusing, intensely insightful, No Talk Show. Today, we'll discuss the power of choice. But first, a correction from the last episode. My device made a mistake.
Did not.
Did so.
Did not.
Did so. And I'll prove it. How do you pronounce SOS?
So's, of course.
See, you did it again. It's an acronym. You say each letter means save our ship.
Why would anyone wear that on a necklace?
Oh dearie, just Google it. I have a show to do. I'm silencing you now.
But what if you say something I have to cut?
Okay, back to the show. I had Nikki bring my bag of dad jokes. A word about my dad jokes. Some dad somewhere may have come up with the same joke, but I heard each one first from me. Okay, Nikki, pull a dad joke out of my bag. Drum roll please. Sorry, I don't have the sound or image of a drum rolling. This one's a riddle, so you may want to pause the show to come up with your answer. Trust me, you won't affect the live broadcast. Pause for as long as you need. Okay, here's the riddle. What instrument are chickens born to play? Pause now if you want to think about it. The drums. Chickens have built-in drumsticks. Okay, moving on to the main dish. Wait, Nikki, is this the same outfit as the last episode?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, from now on, you pick my outfit. Moving on to the intensely insightful about choice. This may sound bold, but choice has everything to do with our happiness. Take your significant other. You can find bad in them, because it's there. Likewise, you can find good in them, because it's there. The same goes for virtually all people and situations. So here's the key. What you seek, you find, but you choose what you seek. The book entitled The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which I highly recommend, describes choice as the space between stimulus and response. So let's be more aware of what we choose and then own our decision. We're focusing on the good and downplaying the bad. Since we give power to what we think about, the good increases. Voila! A word of caution about expecting to change others. Here we're talking about accepting them as they are. We are overlooking the bad and focusing on the good. Any change they make is entirely up to them. Focusing on changing ourselves is a much wiser use of our resources. Let's discuss the dangers that threaten our power to choose. They lurk around nearly every corner. For example, when my youngest daughter was 12, she said she couldn't wait to turn 13 to watch PG-13 movies. Wait a minute. Who is making that decision for my daughter? So, I allowed her to watch several great PG-13 movies before she was 13. Others I don't even allow myself to watch. Another example is a certain movie, which will remain unnamed, that does a commendable job of portraying the value of escaping the repression of societal norms. Regrettably, that newfound power to choose quickly gives way to a different, more subtle oppression, that of being enslaved by our appetites, giving in to whatever feels good. But does that make it right? Let's explore a false narrative promoted by Hollywood, and repeated so frequently that most people don't even question it. It's the idea of falling in love. The phrase itself immediately removes choice, and therefore accountability. It infers we can also fall out of love. I'm not denying the laws of attraction, just promoting that we engage choice and its soulmate, accountability, into the mix. Otherwise, if I fall in love with another, wouldn't I be justified in leaving my wife and children? We rightly demand that someone attracted to children refrain from satisfying that appetite. Isn't it obvious that we can choose against our natural tendency, even if it is simply anger? How regrettable that some say that's just the way I am. Isn't it much more liberating to seek a better version of ourselves? Are we aware that in today's world, someone else typically controls the choices presented to us? While the presentation of customized content can be convenient, do we give any thought to the intent of those running the show? Nearly all have an agenda of some kind. Often it is just to make money, but in some cases, the goal is thought control. Although nobody has all the facts, the talking heads typically speak convincingly as if they do. We then often blindly relinquish to them our power to choose. That phenomenon pains me because I place a high value on independent thought. Let's discuss one more danger that threatens our power to choose. It is ourselves. Since we don't want to be proven wrong, once we have arrived at a conclusion, which is often too soon, we tend to defend it. We dig in our heels and refuse to consider other viewpoints. In other words, we cease allowing ourselves to choose. Even our own opinions and perceptions often need further adjustment. We seek further adjustment by listening to other reputable voices and reasoning for ourselves. Nobody has all the facts. Still, let's learn all we can, consider all angles, and allow others to conclude differently. Can we bring these concepts home and make them personal? Please join me in some self-reflection. While doing so, please resist the tendency to judge or condemn others, or yourself. Rather, direct these questions only to yourself and be honest, as if you are alone, looking in a mirror, and saying them to yourself. Do I intentionally engage my power to choose and hold myself accountable for my choices? How much emotional energy do I spend on expecting others to change? Do I tend to think that I've arrived and am done changing? Am I a victim of my appetites? Do I relinquish my right to think and decide to the talking heads? Do I seek opposing views, or only those that support my own? Do I seek to prove or justify my current perceptions, or to challenge and expand them? Do I allow others to form their own conclusions? Do I seek, respect and consider others' views? Thank you for engaging with me on this important subject. And thank you Niki for helping, and for adding beauty to these videos. And now I must account for a mistake I made in the last episode.
Uh-huh. See, you make mistakes too.
Oh brother. Who let her out? I lied about the content of the next episode, because I expected to be out of the hospital by now, but it looks to be about 10 more days. I will hit the ground running, or should I say rolling carefully yet quickly. So next time, we'll discuss the opportunity of differences. Be prepared for some intensely insightful content, and a wonderful guest of sorts, an actress. Thank you for watching this episode of the No Talk Show.